Lately, I don't know if you felt it too, but it seems like everyone's a little frayed the edges, a little tired, a little lost in the noise. Maybe you've been carrying things you haven't said out loud. Maybe you've been wondering why life feels heavier than it used to. Why the smallest things take so much more effort these days. You wake up before the day even begins. It feels like your energy is already borrowed. If that sounds like you, I want you to take a breath right now. Because there's some good news. You don't need to change your whole life to feel better. You don't need to move mountains. Sometimes, all it takes are tiny shifts, small powerful habits that gently bring you back to yourself. These are not grand, dramatic things. They are quiet, real human moments that help you reconnect with life, with others, you. And today, I want to share one of those tiny fixes. Sometimes that's backed by research, proven by experience, and felt deeply in the heart. Before we begin, I wanted you to know something important. If someone shared this message with you, it's because they care. They see how hard you've been trying. They see how much you give. And maybe they just want you to feel a little lighter again. And if you're listening on your own, then it's because a part of you knows you deserve to feel better. You're the kind of person who still shows up, even when you're tired, even when life feels messy. That alone is something to be proud of. Now, let me tell you a small story. Last week, I missed a close friend's birthday. I had the envelope stamped. I even my destined to remind myself. And still, I forgot to send it. I thought about calling her, but then I got caught up in emails, calls, distractions. And when the day passed, I felt awful. Not because I didn't care, but because I do care. And maybe you can relate to that too. When you care deeply, but life keeps running faster than you can catch it. You want to show up, to be thoughtful, to remember, but your brain feels overloaded and your heart's running on low battery. That's what today is about. It's not about caring more. You already care enough. It's about learning small, intentional ways to turn that care into action, even when you're tired. Because when you're exhausted, you don't a massive life overhaul. You need small moments of connection that recharge your spirit. So today, I want to share what I call tiny fixes for a tired life. A simple habits that can make a big difference in how connected, present, and peaceful you feel. These are the same little habits that have helped me feel more grounded. And I promise, even in just one can shift something inside you today. This one, it only takes a few seconds. When life feels heavy, your mind tends to focus on what's wrong, what's missing, what's done, what's uncertain. But this habit flips that energy instantly. Here's how. Pick up your phone. Yes, the same phone that usually is your attention. This time it's your tool for healing. Open your photo gallery, start it scrolling, go back. Not to chaos now, but to the good stuff. The laugh taps. The hugs. The random moments made your heart feel full. Look at the people you love. Look yourself smiling. Look at the memories that remind you. You've lived beautiful moments before, and there are more ahead. When you do this, something powerful happens. Even you're tired, when life feels gray, those images spark sometime in your brain. Science actually backs this up. Looking at photos of loved ones activates the same part of your brain that gives you a sense of social support. In other words, your remembers. You're not alone. And when your body remembers connection, your stress levels drop, your heart rate slows, and your perspective softens. There was even a behavioral study that found that looking through old photos can be almost as relaxing as taking a warm bath. Crazy, but makes sense. Because when you see those moments again, your brain releases endorphins. The same chemicals make you feel safe, happy, and loved. You're reminding yourself that your story isn't just this difficult chapter. Your life is made of thousands of beautiful frames, some big, some small, but all proof that you've been surrounded by love, joy, and mean will be again. We forget this because life moves too fast. We scroll, we rush, we try to keep up. But sometimes the fix isn't to add something new. It's to remember what's already there. So the next time you feel like you're sinking under the weight of it all, stop, open your camera roll, find a picture that makes you smile, and let yourself feel it. That small simple act can bring you back to center. I want you to think about this for a second. If a single photo can calm your nervous system, how powerful could your daily life become if you made this a habit? What if every morning before checking messages or news, you spent 30 seconds clipping one good memory, one laugh, one hug, one peaceful moment? It doesn't change the world, but it changes your world. And that's how healing begins, tiny moment by tiny moment. Now, I want to give you a gentle reminder. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are simply tired from carrying too much for too long. And the way forward isn't through force. It's through care. Care for yourself in small ways. Celebrate small wins. Reach for tiny habits that pull you back into light. because of those small, almost invisible moments that you start to feel like you again. So today, when your energy dips, don't reach for your to-do list. Reach for memory. When you feel disconnected, don't scroll aimlessly. Scroll intentionally. When you feel alone, remind yourself of the people who love you. That's your first step back toward peace. That's your first tiny fix. And remember, you don't have to wait for life to slow down to feel better. You can create peace in motion. You can build calm right in the middle of the noise. All it takes is a gentle choice to look for the good that's already been part of your life. So replay the good stuff. Feel it. Let it remind you how far you've come. You've been through hard times before, and you've always found your way back to joy. You will again. This is your reminder. You don't need to do more. You just need to remember who you are and give yourself moments that help you feel alive again. Because even on the tired days, still becoming, you are still growing. You are still capable of joy. Tiny habits, big hat. That's how you heal.